G'day scrappers. Yep, I've changed. I'm now a chicken. And it's amazing what happens after a few drinks. Yeah, you turn into a funny old chook. Anyway, no, it's not really me. I'm here. So I thought today, whilst having a few drinks, and it's just before New Year's Eve, I thought I'd do another scrap. So here I have got a giant projector, a Sanyo Pro Extra multiverse projector. It's huge. The lens on this is really nice, really big lens. This was used by the city actually for projecting onto giant screens outdoors or somewhere, for tourists and stuff. So anyway, let's get into scrapping this, and if the chicken gets out of my way, it seems to be pretty comfortable on there. It's preening itself, cleaning up. Here's a pair of chickens. Hey, KFC, eat your heart out. They'd say, oh, your finger licking good. Anyway, I'll just find my tools. This one, he doesn't last long. He doesn't really like being up. I'll get you down. But this one, he could stay up here all day. Even while I'm scrapping. So let's just have a little look at what possibly could be in this big thing. I mean, I've done projectors before. Generally, I don't really scrap them out. I pass them on. I actually pass them on to the guy that actually gave me this. So just another recycler. And but I thought it might be an interesting scrap. It is going to give me a whole heap of plastic to get rid of, but yeah, so here's that lens. It is ginormous. I'd imagine this unit would have been reasonably expensive. Just the lens alone would have been quite expensive. He did have a couple of them, a few of them, I think. So, but yeah, traditionally, there really isn't much to a projector inside. So I'll get you off. Okay. If I can work out how to get into it. Wow. Well, there is quite a nice board here. It's kind of just a mid-grade, but it's a good quality one. Well, there you go. So, as expected, a lot of just working motors and stuff to, get all the bits working. There's fans at the back. There's all kinds of things. Huh. I couldn't see these screws. That's better. All right, well, just a couple of speakers. They wouldn't be the best quality speakers. I'd imagine it would connect to a larger speaker system, no doubt. Well, there's a lot really going on. Not sure why it needs so much, but yeah, there's the lens. And what is it? Doesn't really have a brand name, so it's not like a Carl Zeiss or anything like that. And there you go. So it does have a couple of BGAs, a nice gold corner one here, a good one there. This one I don't really worry about. Other side, so it's quite populated. You know, it's kind of getting close to like almost server grade, if you like. But yeah, this one I'd probably just bring it down to mid grade. This one we can get away with, or there's also another BGA here. So, you know, if I took off that, and even probably that, it's still a mid-grade board. You know, it's just, some people I've noticed, especially lately, have brought me partially depopulated boards to sell as mid-grade. This is kind of the board that you can get away with taking a couple of chips. But when there's virtually nothing on there, and you start taking off chips, don't bring them to me as mid-grade boards. A few weeks ago I had it was like a little nightmare trying to sort out this guy's mid-grade boards, and most of it was low grade, and it took me so long. In the end I just gave up. Normally what I would do, I would just send him away and say come back another time when you've got before you try to rip me off. You know, I always say to people, if you start depopulating and you're going to sell the boards in the end, make sure you know what your buyer expects. Don't just assume everyone depopulates and that's how a buyer is going to buy it. Some buyers might accept it, but for me, you can get away with a chip here and there. You can take tantalum capacitors, crystals. But once you start taking off the main chips, don't expect to get mid-grade board for it. It's then a low-grade board. And if I've got to sit and, you know, I've made a new rule for this year. If I have to sit and sort people's boards out, it's going to be 25% discount, except for low-grade. Low-grade I won't even buy. I'll just take it, and if you want to take it back, then you've got to take the whole lot back, because low grade's only 28 cents a kilo. It's not worth spending, you know, for 1 hour. I've got to, you know, it's impossible to process 150 kilos of low grade boards in an hour to go through it all, and that's all it's worth, my time. So yeah, I'm not going to make that mistake again. Once you start depopulating, you know, a lot of the boards you've got to take ownership of. And actually, like this, don't even put this into a mid-grade board. There's no chip on it. There's no chips. It's just MOSFET, resistor networks, and capacitors. There's nothing on there. So that's low grade at best. Almost a nothing board. And here we just got a power board in there. I'll take out. I might remove a couple of these coils. So when it comes to low grade boards and you want to depopulate, sure, you know, you could take these 2 copper coils and it's still going to be a low grade board once you take it out of this cabinet, right? Because it's still got transformers, aluminium, stuff like that. But, you know, if you start taking off everything, don't expect to just sell a blank board as a low grade board, because it still has to be something on it. It still has to be for base metal recovery. But, you know, just about every scrap out I do, I always explain grades of boards and stuff. And, you know, if I say I'm going to pick off this and that, a lot of times I'm totally devaluing the board. So a lot of boards I actually just throw into scrap dirty pressing steel, because there's nothing left for my buyer to take. And so, yeah, some people have just got the wrong impression of thinking that they can just take off anything they want of value and then expect to get the same grade of board. It's just, it can't work like that, you know. It's almost like advertising a car for sale and saying, oh yeah, here's a car, this is, look, there it is, and then at full price, and then by the time the buyer gets there, you've taken out the engine, the gearbox, the diff, the seats and the carpet, and probably even the windows. Well, what do you expect then? It's no longer a car, it's just scrap metal. Same with circuit boards. So to save you downgrading your boards, you're best to contact your buyer first. You might depopulate a board how you want to, and then say you could contact me, you could send me a picture and say, I've taken off this, although I can see it anyway. What is this graded at? And I'll say, well, now, okay, that's still a mid-grade, or no, that's a low grade, or no, that's nothing. You might as well take off the rest and just throw the rest away. Once again, just a low grade board. There is nothing on there. There's no real precious metal recovery. Sure, there's a little bit of gold pins in there, but gold pins don't mean much. Even if it's gold flashed, doesn't mean much. It's got to have like chips and stuff that they can actually recover gold from. Otherwise, low grade board. Base metal recovery. Yeah, but anyway, let's get back to this unusual projector. Gosh, I don't even know if I want to really take this lens out, because it's not really much good to me. I'm just trying to get value stuff out of it. And I can't see a great deal. A few little power boards here and there. It looks like this side, I might just turn it around. So it looks like this side is where it's mostly at. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's pointless really taking off that lens. I'd like to just to look at it closer, but it's, you know, it's a huge lens. It's what, well, it's about 8 inches long or so. But I just, I can't see the point in taking it out, only to just be left with a loose lens. But it looks like we've got 4 cards here that we can slide out. So, oh well, maybe just a short and sweet scrap. I thought it would be a bit interesting. It's okay, but nothing spectacular. Okay, so we just got mid-grade cards here. Not a great deal to speak about, but still, yeah. So reasonably low value, but still some mid-grades. Yeah, most of this isn't really worth putting too much work into, really. Yeah, I think the most value here will be just cutting out some of this wire. But other than that, well, I am happy just to at least scrap it a little bit and just to get it out the way. There we go. Looks like just a mid-grade backplane board in there. So at least that's something. And another little board here. So just it's all mid-grade, really. Aside from that first real big one, there is a power board here. Not sure how easy that'll come out. I'm going to need an extra long screwdriver here. Should get a bit closer. And I just know, like from when I first started doing eWaste, and I'd get projectors. Again, this is just a power board. It's not a circuit board. I'd get projectors and I'd spend time opening them up and trying to, you know, recycle them and scrap them out, and there's just nothing in there. There's like crazy. So low value. Yeah, I think I'm just going to get as much wire as I can get, and there's a little panel. It's got a board, but I'd imagine it'll just be low grade. So a lot of boards. Just not the type that we really want. But, well, you know, you got to take the good with the bad, I suppose. You just take them, and this for a recycler that's, you know, paying staff and trying to make a profit. This would just go into a shredder of some kind. It's just not worth anything else. Certainly not worth the time. If you're paying someone $30 an hour, there's a low grade board. So far out of the boards, we've probably gotten about $3 worth. You know, so yeah, to have a staff member spending even 20 minutes on it just wouldn't pay. I think this is the most logical way. There we go. nice power board. Could actually remove some of these copper coils, throw them into transformers, obviously clean up the wire, but only about 15 cents worth. Well, there you go. So pretty much no matter what size projector you get, and this is about the biggest projector you probably find normally in any kind of scrap, I suppose. I think if they got any bigger than this, then it would certainly be something that you would look to resell, maybe. I've got a couple of vintage projectors. My battery went flat and my chicken's been crawling all over. Hopefully he hasn't pooped anyway. But as I was saying, yeah, I've got a couple of vintage projectors. One of them I might scrap. The other one is just too vintage and too special to scrap out. It's just in my vintage collection. So, all right. Well, look, this scrap out didn't turn out exactly as I was hoping. I was hoping there'd be a few more interesting things here. It's just a little bit of wire to clean up, but the main objective of today's scrap out was, can you move your foot? Come on, move your foot. Your right foot, please. I don't want to snip your foot. I'm just trying to get a couple of cables. Okay, thank you. Yep, you don't have to show me your butt. Alright, so yeah, the main objective of this scrap was just to do a final end of year scrap out. Probably fitting that I did a bit of a crappy projector, because I'm pretty sure it'll be my last projector that I ever scrap out. Just doesn't have any value there, and for the time. And when it comes to the small projectors that I pick up from schools and so on, I can on-sell them. I don't get much. I only get like $5 or so for them, but it's better than nothing. And because my buyer, he sells them, he probably gets 10 or 12 or 15, who knows what he gets, who cares. I'm just happy to usually get rid of them. So yeah, the main thing, I'll probably take out a couple of more power boards over the other side, but pretty much identical to this side. But I just want to keep this whole thing complete as it is, because yeah, it's I'm better off, rather than taking this plastic off, I'm better off just getting rid of the whole thing as dirty pressing steel. It'll be a lot better, and I'll still get some good steel value out of it, motors and stuff like that. And yeah, so yeah, the main reason why I want to do this video anyway was just to you know, wish everyone a happy new year, and yeah, stay safe through the holiday period. And yeah, a lot of you subscribers have been really awesome, supporting my videos. Even some of you watching the ads, which is helpful. This year, 2020, has been a really different kind of year. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do much street scrapping this year because of the lockdown and so on. But you know, we're no longer in lockdown, so if all is good, next year will be a you know, a good year for street scrapping. I'm going to really get out there and try my best to scrap as much as I can. And yeah, just go out there, and I just want to have fun out there street scrapping. I only managed one street scrap in like 6 months, and even then I was a bit out of touch and I didn't really have my mojo. Yeah, it takes a couple of times out there to really get the swing of it. So yeah, hopefully next year is a real good one for everyone. Hope you are all going to be out of this lockdown and all this pandemic rubbish that's going on, and yeah, just hopefully they just get it out the way. They satisfy their agenda, which is, you know, probably getting everyone on some kind of a vaccine or whatever, but you know, so be it. Main thing is the healthcare professionals are safe as well. We don't want them, you know, getting infected while they're trying to help other people out. But aside from that, I really appreciate all the support that you guys have given my channel and me in general, with your comments throughout the year. Some of you have sent me gifts and stickers and all kinds of things. I'll try and be a little bit more creative next year, and maybe do a few more giveaways, and just, yeah, have a bit more fun interacting with subscribers. I'm not really a live video kind of guy, so I'm not into that kind of live streaming, but that's all right. You know, there are other good scrappers out there that are doing that. I've mentioned a few throughout the year, and yeah, just thanks everyone. I really appreciate you guys, and keep watching and keep supporting other scrappers. You know, you got Shark Scrapper over in Florida. You got a lot of the European scrappers that are coming on board now, and even good old Moose Scrapper is out, still going, and apparently Dee from the North Pole has sent me a few messages over the last few videos mentioning that Moose Scrapper has had issues with his back. So Moose, I really wish you all the best with your back. I know it can be a real issue once your back starts playing up. It's a real problem. It's hard to scrap, and so hopefully you get better and you get back into scrapping hard. And if any of my subscribers want to check out Moose Scrapper and just support his channel for a while whilst he's trying to, you know, come good, and he's still putting out a few videos here and there. He's one of the original scrappers, and you know, one of the reasons why I started making videos in the first place, and one of the reasons, one of the people that got me interested in scrap in the first place. He's yeah, you know, along with Mike the Scrapper and Jack Scrap and some of the old original ones. Moose Scrapper seems to be still going strong, and you know, he's a really nice guy, and he just you know, if you watch his videos, you check him out. He really seems like a kind soul, and yeah, so when we get scrappers that are having a bit of a hard time with personal injuries and stuff like that, you know, it's good if we can all help him out and just give him a few extra views and support his channel, watch some of his ads, and you know, he's probably out of work as well. So yeah, but again, Happy New Year to everyone. Thanks again for your support. A lot of you guys are just amazing, and your comments, you know, I don't have a chance to reply to all your comments all the time, because there's so many across over 400 videos that it's just hard to, it's overwhelming. But with the latest videos, I do see most of your comments, and I just appreciate it. And some of you are just awesome, and just really make my day. And you know, sometimes being a scrapper, being a e-waste recycler here, I work alone a lot of the time. Sometimes I don't get to speak to people for a long time, so it's really nice to have that little bit of you know, contact. You know, just some people acknowledging that I'm alive and I'm still here and going. It just sort of really helps me continue doing what I'm doing. And chicken wants to get down. And so right now I'm just working on re-cleaning out the garage. You might have seen in a few previous videos I got this Sony PVM old school gaming type of monitors. Well, I just got a whole bunch more, the bigger ones, the smaller ones. I haven't tested them out yet. There are a few people that are interested in them. If anyone else is interested in these PVMs, the big ones do have some reasonably good value. So if you want to interested and you're in Melbourne, you might want to check them out. But yeah, I'm just cleaning out. I just had a guy bring me in boards and power supplies and all that, so I want to re-clear this out. So probably by the next video you'll see a more open garage. I've just got a lot of cardboard boxes everywhere, and things are just moving along. I just did a couple of big pickups where I just started emptying out this. This is all that machinery regulator stuff. I got 2 big barrels of it, so I'm just emptying this out so I can put my power supplies in there. A lot of stuff to scrap out, a lot of PCs as usual, and things are going strong. And look, I've got pickups booked in for straight after New Year's. So here's a drink. So it's still going. I'm still going strong, and I've got scrap everywhere. There's going to be no shortage of scrap videos. A lot more of them, power generator, regulator things, all kinds of things that I want to do. A lot of depopulating I need to do, but I am clearing out. I need to clear out this area, although I've put a whole lot more of these power generator regulator things, giant ones here. They're all got beautiful heat sinks and copper buzz bars and good stuff. A really good client. And in 3 or 4 weeks time I've got another pickup there. This stuff is going to be ongoing, really good stuff for me, but I want to clear out this because this what is it, a pergola or just an undercover shelter thing, this is starting to rot away, starting to fall apart. So I want to clear off this, and I need to clear, yep, there goes my mic, clear out everything there and just leave sealed containers. Anyway guys, enough of me. It's been a great year. It could have been better if it wasn't for this corona crap, but yeah, next year hopefully we have a really great year. I want to see a lot more of you scrappers putting out videos on YouTube. Give yourself a mention in the comment section on my videos. I can't recommend everyone straight away. I prefer to give shout outs to guys that have started to establish a bit of a channel, just so there's something to recommend. But yeah, get out there and there's a really large and really awesome scrapping community out there on YouTube, and it's growing every day, and there's lots of young guys and older guys getting into it for the first time, and there's so much to learn. So every different sort of opinions on how to scrap out stuff and all that is welcome. It all helps people out in the end, and that's what it's all about. It's about showing people how to make a little bit of money from stuff that they might be able to pick up from the streets and businesses and wherever. Yeah, anyway guys, happy new year, all the best, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.